Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Elder Scrolls Online video with me, Sherman. Today we're going to be checking out the other dungeon, Falkreath Hold, or is it Falkreath Hold? I think it's Falkreath Hold. Oh my god, I can't remember. In the new update, so let's go ahead and take a look. Yes, it is called Falkreath Hold. And this is the other dungeon. Has a lot more Minotaurs involved with it, and like humanoid NPCs. It's a really kind of a fun dungeon. I really like it, but it's not quite as good in my opinion as the newer one. So lots of wardens in it. Lots of wardens, by the way. Every single one of these enemies is pretty much a warden, which is funny. But it's pretty cool. I like that they did that. I love the armor types, like the armor appearances and stuff. I really hope that these are the armor types they're adding. Like I know what some of the armors look like, and I hope that the armors do look like some of these, because I think that would be really cool. Yeah, this is definitely something I really like is this new update. Is the new like mechanics with the enemies, the new design of things. Like, I love the fact that they added a lot of warden type enemies into it. It really adds to that like oh my gosh kind of feeling, because there's so many effects that you can be hit by. It's crazy, but it's fun. It's really fun. So go ahead and kill these people off. Got another ranger on the other side, or warden bow person. I love this though. I love, like I said, I really love how they put those mechanics in there for the warden, especially with the NPCs. Like, that is super cool. Like, they can call the cliff racers, they can call the bugs, all that stuff, and it's so good. It's so good. So now that we're done with those, let's move on. I should be coming across the first Minotaur up here. Around this corner. There he is. Actually, there's two. So I'm going to pull this one back. Otherwise, I'll grab the attention of the other one. And I don't really want to do that. So these guys are really powerful. If you guys, if you haven't seen anyone play through this or anything, these guys can be really powerful, especially on vet mode. Vet mode, these guys are super hard. But they're really fun. I mean, it's a really cool dungeon, and they've got really good mechanics. I would advise, if you're playing a tank, run sword and board for this dungeon. Try not to run it with a two-handed, unless you know the two-handed setup like really well. It can be really pretty much just a pain in the butt without. So let's go ahead and do this. Go ahead and knock him back. There we go. He's dead. Back off, buddy. So when we get around this corner, we're going to have to fight a few Minotaurs, I think it is. I think it's like two. Let's get down here and see. Get my bow out just to be sure. Okay. So yeah, we can pull this one and bring him way back here, because you don't want to be too close down in there, or you do get a lot of attention from those guys. So, oh, come on. Here we go. There we go. Back off, buddy. But yeah, it's really kind of like, I like the Minotaurs. I don't like the Minotaur Shamans. Those guys are horrible. They can do a lot of damage. And if you guys are wondering why I'm actually using my ground circle buff on this, is because I have to. I need those extra resistances, or these guys just shred right through my shields. Really way too fast, so. Go. So this is really not that difficult on vet mode, not vet mode, on normal mode. Vet mode, it's a little bit more difficult because you have to fight multiple enemies with this boss here, and this boss is not got a lot of mechanics, but she calls down mechanics, which is the problem. She calls in attacks, and it makes it really difficult to a degree. So as long as you keep an armor break on her, though, you can take her down pretty fast, and just keep the DPS going. This is where she's vulnerable, like really vulnerable, and you want to kind of get as much DPS on her as possible during this phase. Stay inside the circle. If you're playing DPS, get inside that circle there. When you see those things, you can move out of them because, of course, they're dangerous. I do like the new color-coded thing, by the way. I want to thank the devs for that, for the thing to allow you to change the color of the circles. That's kind of cool. It makes it a lot easier to see on some of them. I haven't done it. I've messed with it, but I put it right back because I didn't want to have too many issues with this. So apply that, apply this, apply circle, Dawnbreaker, back. Get a couple dots on her. And also watch out when she does that little thing where she flicks her wrist. She can do a lot of damage with that. I believe it's a disease, so it applies minor maim to you. Or has a chance of applying minor maim. So you want to keep that up pretty much, or keep that from doing that as much as you can. This is the, like right here, she does this shield, and I don't know if it heals her or what, but it's pretty powerful, like, shield. If you're on the outside of it, it's a really, like, you can't even do any damage to her. So it's good to get inside that circle there. Other than that, she's not too challenging on normal mode. On vet mode, she's a lot more challenging, but not like majorly challenging. She kind of reminds me of a few other characters. There she goes. She got the minor maim on me. I believe it was minor maim, but she put a negative effect on me, and it's just horrible. So for some reason, my mouse has been going back to that, like when I press the mouse button, it just automatically goes into light attacks and stuff. Here we go. Let's get this going. We're just gonna start whittling her down. There we go. Dawnbreaker, go off. Gotta get my magic back up real quick. Go. That's the only thing about this fight that's really kind of a pain, is she does do that thing where she calls in the fireball, and she does that little slap out of poison or disease and everything. The next boss is literally right there. I mean, I don't have to go far if I want to face it. And it's a giant mammoth at the gate. It's the mechanics to the fight are a little different. I'm going to go ahead and just take you guys down for this one, because this one I do want you to see the mechanics of, because it's a really, really cool fight. So on the ridge here, during this fight, you can see a bunch of archers shooting at the gate and everything. Soon as you instigate attacking this mammoth, those archers turn their attention to you and they start shooting with arrows. The best part about this fight, though, or the most difficult thing about this fight, is the mammoth's abilities. The mammoth has a lot of mechanics to it, and it even has some one-shot mechanics. So you kind of have to be on your toes, and kind of don't have to be on your toes. As long as you can keep an eye out for the ground target effects, you can avoid most of the damage pretty easily. Now, if you're playing a tank like me that uses a lot of damage shields, or you're running a block tank, learning sword and board, running a block tank, stay out of the red. If you're running a shield tank, you can stay in most of it, majority of the time, so you're fine. But the mechanics of the fight are really cool. I love this. This is like by far my favorite fight in the whole dungeon, because you have multiple mechanics. You cannot target these guys on the hill. So you will get shot by them. And I do apologize for coughing your guys' ear. But yeah, really great fight. I love this fight. The mechanics aren't too bad or too much, but this is definitely one that when you get here, enjoy the fight. It's a really good fight. I would start the fight and instigate it and finish it and everything, but really I don't want to make the video too long. So, but the rest of the dungeon itself is really well laid out. It feels like you're sieging a city, and it does. It feels like you're like you're a group that's coming in to aid others to help siege the city, or to stop the siege of the city and everything. So it's pretty cool. I mean, the way that it all works. I don't know the story of this one either, because I haven't played through it, but the mechanics themselves aren't too challenging to figure out. Once you get the mechanics down and the routine down, it's really easy to complete. And that's why I played through this on normal mode a few times before I did it on vet. Once I did it on vet, I went back in and I did it on solo, like by myself, to see how far I could get. I can get to the final boss, but I can't beat the final boss in this one. Neither the other one. I just can't. I don't have the skill yet to beat them on solo. But for normal play, they're really good dungeons, like really great dungeons if you want to get some stuff. The gear sets in them aren't too bad either. Here's the Iron Blood stuff. I like Iron Blood, honestly. I know a lot of people were like, oh, well, it's kind of a junky one. It's not going to be, you know, because of the cooldown of every 15 seconds. But it's actually pretty good. When you take damage, you have an 8% chance to turn your blood into pure iron and gain major protection for 10 seconds, reducing the damage taken by 30%. But your movement speed is reduced by 75. I know it seems bad, but I don't think it would be that bad. It seems like it would be a good set. Just saying. Let's go down and take a look at the other piece I got, which is down here, the Flame Blossom. Now, this is a really cool set. I have to, you know, I haven't tested it because we don't have it on, but I think this is a really good set for a tank. I know what you're thinking. Why a tank? Because when you deal damage, you have a 10% chance to summon a line of fire that moves flowing forward, dealing so much. This would be great for a DK flame tank. Oh my god, this would be a great one. Because you get that max magicka, you get the spell damage, and then you get the spell, or sorry, not magicka tank, sorry, magicka DPS. Not magicka DPS. I'm hooked on this tank mode right now, like tank thoughts. But tank DPS. Because of the spell pin, you could do this, and you wouldn't need a sharpened weapon. You could actually get away with just using this gear piece as the sharpened part, and you would get a lot out of it. It's like 2,000 something at max, at gold quality. So it's pretty crazy, like how effective some of these new gear sets really are when you get in and look at them. Like this is a really good one if you want to get like a pin proc set. Like, you know, like if Spriggans had a proc on it, it would be great. This is what makes that great, is it does give you that proc. And the other nice thing about it is when you run a proc set like this, you don't really need to run a monster proc set. So you can actually go with a monster set that doesn't proc damage, maybe a healing one. So you can, you know, do some support for your group as well, which is really cool. So there's a lot of different options with this. And that brings me back to actually what my videos all started with is like how different this update is, and how much balance they bring to the game with these new gear sets too. It brings a lot of new balance, you know, not just balance, but new build ideas, because a lot of the gear sets are now balanced against each other and balanced with each other. So it's like you have a lot more variety and options in how you want to play the game, and it really does broaden the build demographic, I'll say. So we'll just leave it at that. But that's it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit that like button. If you guys want to see more videos by me, you can hit the subscribe button. Other than that, all I have to say is thank you for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day, and I will see you all later. Bye.